Hello, it's the Storyteller. I was too lazy to find a proper text-to-speech program, so I guess this is now a voice reveal as well as a theory video. Anyway, this video is a bit different compared to the ones I usually do. This one's about the story currently being told by SCP gacha KonaCola. Just on a quick note, I'm really sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, because that's how I'm going to pronounce it for the whole video, so I'm really sorry, Kona, if it's pronounced Kona or something. Anyway, I have KonaCola's permission to make this video, and everything should be properly credited to them. All my resources will be listed in the description, so if you are curious, please go check them out. Please go and also subscribe to KonaCola if you haven't already, as they're currently weaving out a really great story. KonaCola is an SCP gacha tuber who started their channel in May on the 14th of 2020. Since then, at the time of writing this, they have 52 subscribers and have posted 16 videos, most on the subject of a series they are working on. The series, currently called SCP Worldwide, is still in the works, but Kona has taken an almost alternate reality game approach to teasing the storyline. If you didn't know, an alternate reality game, or ARG as they're more commonly referred to, is an interactive narrative that utilizes the real world as a platform and often employs multiple different medias to deliver a story that may be influenced by players and viewers. They often include puzzles containing clues, and community participation is usually encouraged if not required in some instances. KonaCola posted their first video, titled SCP Worldwide Trailer, on the 28th of August this year. It contained everything you would typically see in a trailer, but didn't reveal much about the characters, which is interesting. It serves mostly to set up the world. Kona did, however, say that this video was rushed. The whole trailer paints the picture of an apocalypse in full swing, most likely an XK-class end-of-the-world scenario. Several features include multiple containment breaches for Keter and Euclid-class SCPs, but also SCP-001 proposal, the Gate Guardian. The world is seen to be glitching out, suggesting that perhaps reality might be ending. The same thing happens with the SCP Foundation's logo, and to what I find the most interesting, SCP-963. This seems to indicate that Dr. Bright will either die or be decommissioned. The second video was uploaded on the 15th of September, and is simply titled Him. This is where Kona's videos start to become cryptic and ARG-like. It consists of a navy blue screen with white text. It looks like a conversation between two people, one asking if something is ready, and the other answering, "Almost. We just need him there." This was very intriguing, as there is little to say who him might be. My first impression was Dr. Bright, because of the red-coloured text, but after thinking, it could also be referring to Kona, Not-Kona, or another character that is yet to be introduced. Don't worry, I'll explain Not-Kona soon. I'm erring on the side of character not yet introduced, because the next trailer Kona posts introduces a whole lot of them. Another interesting thing is that when him is mentioned, it also says that they need him in there. It seems that these two people are creating something, possibly a machine, and this him is integral to that process. The description isn't that helpful, as it just repeats him 8 times. The third video was posted the next day, on the 16th of September. The title is A Plan? It has the same layout as the last video, and seems to be the same two people talking. This time, it is clear that they do not work for the Foundation, or at least they're not happy about it. They talk about exposing the Foundation by gaining a following. This could either be referring to KonaCola's YouTube channel, or an in-world movement. They talk about creating a movie to try and gain people's attention. The description simply states, "We just need to figure out how." The pinned comment seems to be a conversation between the same people featured in the video. It says, "What do you mean there's a way? There just is. I know." This suggests that there is a power dynamic between the two, with one being more assertive and possibly having more info than the one asking the question. The next video they post is letting people know that they have a Discord server. I will link that video below so that you can badger them for fresh links. The next video of relevance was posted on the 18th of September, and is a speed paint of SCP-096. It is relatively simple, with no cryptic clues that I can see, but they later use it in a more official trailer, so this gives a rough timeline on how long they worked on it for. Uploaded on the 26th of September is a video with a title that I can't pronounce, so I'll just show you a picture. This video is the most cryptic yet, and there is a lot that I can't figure out, so if you have any ideas, please let me know. It features a black screen with upside down text repeating, "I curse upon a universe that I will destroy their name." There are whispering sounds in the background. In the description, again, I can't read, but I can show you. The first thing that jumps out is the text in the video. "I curse upon a universe." This probably means that whoever is saying this isn't a fan of the story's universe. The universe probably means the world, or the story universe, and the "that I will destroy their name" is pretty self-explanatory. To me, it sounds like the speaker is threatening the universe's reality, as "destroy their name" is an odd way of saying destroy them. Plus, this could either be referring to the Scarlet King or Not-Kona. Again, they will be explained shortly. What I am most curious about, however, is the title and description. The title looks mostly like gibberish, but the repeated use of numbers stands out. Same with the description. It appears to be someone asking a question, but the answer is the number 28 and 29 repeated. It also seems to be a question. I've tried to figure out the significance of the number 28 and 9, but I can't. It could add up to something important, it could be referring to other important dates, it could even be a code. The reason I haven't dismissed it as gibberish is because when I asked Kona if the numbers are significant, they said they were. I thought that it could add up to an SCP number, but none seem significant. If you want to check out the ones I found though, they will be in the description. The next video is the second trailer. Well, technically it isn't a trailer, but I'm treating it as such because of the plethora of info it gives us. It was posted on September the 29th and is titled TikTok. It uses the popular animation meme music ticking. The glitch effect is used heavily throughout this video, so it was hard to see some stuff, no doubt by design. It goes on to show a bunch of new characters that we haven't seen so far, including a group of scientists, a group of armed soldiers, possibly representing different factions within the World or Foundation, 3 D-class personnel, including one that is previously seen with the scientists, and 2 different versions of Dr. Bright. One appears to be Kona's design, and the other one belongs to Dr. Jack Bright, another SCP tuber who has recently taken a hiatus from their channel. Kona obtained permission to do this. This is especially interesting, as it suggests that alternate universes may come into play. The next interesting thing occurs when a glitching picture of KonaCola appears, reaffirming that they will most likely be playing an active role in their story. Words then start flashing and glitching on screen, saying either "I won't die" or "I won't die." I believe it's "I won't die" because of its association to Kona and Not-Kona, and it also makes a bit more sense English-wise. After the screen rapidly flashes, this figure appears for a brief moment. This looks to be pretty important to be presented like this, but I'm not sure what their significance is. They could possibly be the him that was referred to earlier. They don't exactly look like a good guy though. Then this character appears on screen. Remember them, I'll come back to them soon. Words glitch on screen saying, "I am in control now," and "he can't stop me anymore," implying that whoever is speaking is locked in a battle with someone, most likely Kona themselves. Then a warning, saying what we have already worked out, that the world is, or will experience, an XK class end of the world scenario. Okay, back to this character. On September the 30th, I receive a number of comments from KonaCola and someone called Dr. Kona. This is what they say. "So, I'm alive now. Huh. This body is pathetic. I don't get why you keep fighting. You really are an idiot." First off, these two definitely seem to be fighting. I believe that this Dr. Kona is the same one that is claiming to be in control. I'll come back to Dr. Kona a bit later. The next video was uploaded on the 8th of October. It is an animation meme, collaborated on by both KonaCola and Just Chai Tea, another SCP tuber. It is titled Typophobia Meme, SCP Gacha, collab with Just Chai Tea. The first 16 seconds are made by Just Chai Tea, and don't seem to be related to KonaCola's story. However, when KonaCola's part comes on, there is immediately some useful information given. Several scientist characters appear, all of which we've seen before. This cements the idea that these guys must be main characters. Another interesting attribute is that they each have a different coloured armband. I'm not sure what this means, but it could signify rank or belonging to a certain group. Next, we get a shot of the same 3D class from before. 3 more important characters, most likely main characters. This is interesting, as it means that we'll be getting different POVs, scientists, and D-Class. Next, we have a still of Dr. Bright, Dr. Clef, and Dr. Iceberg. They all seem to have armbands as well, but the colour is hard to make out due to the glitch effect. Because of its dark shade, I think it's red, like the one on the headphones. Just a side note, I have given these characters nicknames so that it's easy to differentiate them. Here is Snowflake, Headphones, Lemon, Karen, Forlorn, and Tomothy. The next video was posted on the 20th of October. It is titled Council, and the description simply states, "One remains." This video is very interesting, as it actually gets a follow-up video later on. This one is designed much like the first cryptic videos. The words of importance that appear in this one are thus: "There was a council. They all died. But one will come and kill everyone." First off, this brings a whole new player into the story. At first, I thought that the council referred to the O5 Council, but after the follow-up, it is clear that they are a separate thing. What I find most interesting is the clear contradiction between the two statements, "they all died," and "but one will come and kill everyone." This either means that a previously dead member came back to life to wreak havoc, there was a survivor, or that someone associated with the council is out for blood. I'll come back to this when I cover the follow-up video. The next video of any importance was uploaded on the 6th of November. The title is At Everyone, and in it, KonaCola talks about how they're struggling to keep themselves together. The undertaking of making the series was exhausting them, and they were taking a break. In the comments, there is a rush of support, that's always nice. They pick back up on the 21st of November, with a video entitled Heh. It starts off simply enough, with the redesign of Kona's OC, announcing that they have reached 50 subscribers. Awesome effort by the way, Kona. Before glitching out, suddenly, a distorted version of Kona's old OC appears, underneath a very dark screen. This, my friends, is not Kona. Now you finally have some closure. I have brightened up the screen so that we can see what they have to say. At first, they say, "You really thought I would let him get in the way of the story?" This is interesting, as Not-Kona is directly addressing the audience, and proving that this is the entity that KonaCola has been fighting with, all at once. Next, they say, "No, there will be no happy endings, Kona." This confirms that KonaCola is taking an active role in their story, and that Not-Kona is not very friendly. This also means that the constant battle these two seem to be having is about the fate or storyline of the world, or more accurately, how the story ends. Then Not-Kona suddenly breaks the fourth wall again by directly addressing the audience. And you, the people creeping on us. Obviously, Not-Kona is directly linked to Kona, and by extension the real world. And it doesn't seem happy about it. Next, it threatens the audience by saying, "There won't be a happy ending for you as well." This could either mean that it is powerful enough to affect real-world events, or, more likely, it is attempting to intimidate the audience and cement its place as a bad guy. Okay, so Not-Kona is a pretty important part of the puzzle, already solving some previous mysteries, like who Kona was fighting with and who Dr. Kona is. They also raise more questions. I commented on the video, complimenting KonaCola on its execution, and they answered me with this. "I'm sorry, but I think you were confused. This is a story. Kona is dead. Gone. They are gone forever. I am in control now." This was unexpected, but really awesome. Not-Kona clearly wasn't lying about having control, as they seem to have taken over the channel. The statement about the story was a bit puzzling at first, but I think that this means that Not-Kona exists somewhere outside the story, and is fairly self-aware. The part about Kona being dead is pretty self-explanatory, and lends itself towards a theory that KonaCola has already lost the battle. I am in control now is, again, pretty easy to understand, but I don't think that Kona is completely gone. For one, they reply to several questions I asked them in a not very ominous way. I asked if Not-Kona had a name, and they replied, "My name is Kona. There is probably like 45 Konas in the council." First off, council? I will address this more in a bit, but we have more info on the council. Second, they just said to call them Kona, but I needed a way to differentiate them from the other one, so Not-Kona it is. The latest video was posted on the 16th of November, and it is titled The Beginning of the End. This is the follow-up video on the council one. It has a navy blue background with a red shape in the middle. The text in the video starts off by saying, "Hello Kona." This immediately lets us know that the person is addressing Kona. It's been a while, hasn't it, since you left the council? This is interesting, because this exchange shows that Kona knows this person, and that the Kona Council isn't just a figure of speech or a joke. Kona was once part of it. If you stayed in the council, all 50 of them would still be alive. Okay, so this directly ties back to the first council video, and lets us know that the reason they all died was because of Kona. This means that Kona is either the one that will come and kill everyone, or the speaker is. We should look back at the beginning, shouldn't we? This is a really exciting line, which opens up several possibilities for the storyline structure, but right now we'll focus on the description. Kona. Why do you do this? Error code found. It's fun watching everything you've worked on crumbling in front of you. Error code found. And remember, it's your fault that this all happened. You made me and the other 50. Kona. I did it to help create a perfect play. Audio log 4 has experienced an error. Please stand by. Okay, so we have an audio log transcript that has been heavily damaged. First up, Kona seems to be helpless in the way that they ask questions, and the other person is definitely bent on destruction. Because of this, I believe that the person is not only the one that will come and kill everyone, but that they are not Kona. They seem to be in control and affiliated with the Kona Council. After all, they say that Kona created them and the rest of the Kona Council. It's interesting that Kona tries to defend themselves by saying that they made the council to create a perfect... what? I am not sure what the half word is. My first thought was that it was plan, but that doesn't make much sense in the sentence. The other, more viable answer could be planet, as Kona is a creator, and seems to want a happy ending for their story and world. But yeah, if you have any ideas, please let me know. Okay, we've gone over all of the evidence, all of the relevant videos and information that I have access to at the time of writing this. What is my overall theory? Well, let's start with KonaCola. From the beginning, it's been pretty clear that they will play a significant role in their story, and from the later videos, it seems that they are a pretty important character, with enemies and entities powerful enough to fight against them. I believe that we will see a lot of Kona, or at least what they have left behind. Now, coming back to the sentence from earlier, we should look back at the beginning, shouldn't we? I believe that the story will start somewhere near the end, with Kona and Not-Kona talking about the council. It will then switch to the beginning of the end, either to the other possible main characters, or to the original destruction of the Kona Council. Next, with the main characters. It is pretty clear that at some point they will have to live through an XK-class end-of-the-world scenario. The story may start just as the event starts. Perhaps that's what beginning of the end means. Or it could start earlier, giving a false sense of calm before the storm. The story may switch POVs, going from the scientist characters to the D-class personnel and back again. It can even sometimes switch to KonaCola's POV. Regardless, I do believe that with the plethora of characters we have so far, this style of storytelling is almost a certainty if Kona wants to get the full use of their characters. Or, I could be completely wrong! There is lots we don't yet know, and my theory doesn't account for several things, like who this red character is, and what the armbands mean. So don't take my theory as fact. Do your own research and draw your own conclusions. If you think I missed something or you have your own theory, please let me know. And go check out KonaCola's channel. They really deserve more support. This was the Storyteller. Now I'm going to take a nap. This project took way longer than I anticipated. KonaCola, a channel theory. I was too lazy to find a good text-to-speech program, so I guess this is a voice reveal, except not really because I'm putting on a voice. Anyway, this video is... The same thing happens with the SCP... Darn it! I was going so well! It is titled Typhophobia. Oh my goodness. Should probably learn how to pronounce it first. Audio log 4 has experienced an error. Please stand by.